Hi, Rachel. This is Tony. I got your email today, and thanks for being patient. I'm just trying to find some software to be able to give good feedback, and so I did find this video capturing software that I think works really well, and you're doing very well in the course. So at this point, you have an A, and I appreciate that you have all your soccer assignments and everything, and that you've done really well. I know here. I downloaded one of the pictures, and I got the camera information off there. So you have a Sony. Looks like you have a Sony A55, and with the shots that you have right here, it looks like you have a macro lens too, the 55 macro lens. So that is fantastic. You have a great advantage in terms of shooting the macro photography with that lens. Um, I have a Sony A33, and I also have that macro lens too. And then I have a Nikon and a few other cameras too. But anyway, I do like the Sony line of cameras, and I have several different little Sony cameras. But anyway, let's get to your work here. So looks like you had some fun. I went through the pictures here. I'll just kind of scroll through everything just to kind of refresh my memory here. Um, so it looks like you had a lot of fun and very colorful things that you've photographed here too. And the fact that you can get in so tight with that macro lens is really wonderful. So we'll go back up to the top here and start with the raindrops. And so, yeah, it looks like raindrops on a windshield. So very nice. I always love the pattern that you can get. And whenever you're shooting something like this, though, you might want to also shoot with the exposure compensation to maybe make it just a little bit brighter. I mean, that's your own personal preference. But if you did like a plus point or 0.7 or something like that, just to kind of brighten up, so that's a little whiter and maybe not grayish. Or if you have access to something like Photoshop, um, you might want to tint that, do something where you tint it to blue or something like that to kind of give it a real watery effect. Just a suggestion, but for what you got, it looks great. That's a nice shot. I also noticed that you're, shooting with a shallow depth of field. Sometimes, with a shot like this, if you had the ability to brace your camera and shoot so that you could close the aperture down and get something with a longer depth of field, so that not only do you have these drops here in focus, but also these drops back in the back here in focus. That might be something that might be you might like. Love the shot of the zipper. Wow, what a graphic effect this is, and to have, whenever you photograph macro shots and you actually have something that looks bigger than what it actually is in real life, that really makes an impact. And so the fact that you composed this too, where you got the zipper kind of right here in the rule of thirds, in terms of compositionally, really adds a lot of impact. Plus that color, that's really a great contrast for the color. And so the fact that it's kind of at an angle, it kind of throws you off, has a lot of nice a dynamic flow or a dynamic feel to the composition. So that's very well done. This one, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a flower or like a dried flower or something. The only thing I would suggest is that, I think I checked one of your images and it looked like you were shooting at ISO 800. But this one's just got a little bit of camera shake. I mean, that's not bad for the. You certainly, did well for the assignment, and I love the real abstract and the shallow depth of field of it. But in terms of just giving it that little extra finishing touch, you might have wanted to just have it so that your shutter speed is at least going to be something that you can hand hold and not get just a little bit of camera shake there. But everything else, in terms of just the way the image looks great. This one is very nice. Terrific shot. It also works off of the complementary colors, blue and yellow being complementary colors, and that have that nice sort of vibration back and forth between the blue and the yellow. Really works for this picture. Another thing here too, maybe I can see, the petals of the flowers here, or if the sharpness being right here. You might have wanted to give yourself a little bit more. Maybe you could have stopped down, your aperture and just included the a little bit of part of the center of the flower here too, so that has a little bit more sharpness too. But I mean, color-wise, beautiful, beautiful abstract shot, and great that you can get in really nice and tight. This one I have no idea what it is, but it's a real nice, interesting sculptural close-up of whatever it is. I like where the sharpness is right here, and it has a very sort of architectural looking feel to it, and lighting wise, nice, very nice lighting. And the fact that your eye is centered right around here, that really works in terms of the image. Oh, now that I see what it is, it looks like maybe it could be looking down a compact flash or a compact fluorescent light bulb. That's what it looks like. So this is one of the connectors of the light bulb. Okay, yeah. So when you're shooting down into something like this, it definitely gives a real sculptural look, and the fact that you're looking at a light source too, the camera certainly adjusted the exposure so that it looks more like it's something other than a light source too. So, but anyway, very nice in terms of finding something that looking at something in a different way than most people would look at it. So very nice. Okay, going down, and the color balance too is very nice too. Sony, I'm always in love with Sony's color balance for their chips for their camera. They always do a really nice job with the color sensitivity in their chips. Also, this one, being such a bright color, just like your green, the shot with the green and the zipper. This one, very dynamic, with the color, and then the nice touch of the sharpness for this metal, whatever this is. This might be a purse or something. I can't quite tell what that is. But the jewelry is very nice, and the lighting, I don't know how you lit it, but very nice and simple. The fact that the light just kind of kisses the front of this, because those are earrings, and then you have that one that's out of focus, the shallower depth of field. A really nice touch to give it a little extra dimension and to really set off this one from the one in the back there. And so, and the fact that it's on a dark background really makes the earrings pop. So you really chose a nice background to compose the shot of that. This next one of some kind of yarn, maybe on a blanket or something. But very nice, very high key look to it too. High key being, kind of a little bit on the overexposed side, but very nice and pleasing. And the fact that you can see these little fibers here to add a little bit of extra sharpness, that really works really well. But you're really getting in really tight with that too. The same thing on those like metal rings on the binder here. Just a great test to see how close you can get in on something. And then finally, this last shot here with the colored pencils, just a real nice way to end your whole series of pictures here, all nicely composed, great colors, great color balance. And this one here too, even though it has a real shallow depth of field, it looks, it's a really nice look to it. You also might want to consider, a shot where if you were shooting, something on a tripod or something, to be able to get, a wider depth of field so that you had more of these pencils in focus. maybe something like f16 or f2232 if your lens stops down to that. But overall, excellent job, and thank you for your patience. And the other critiques will be coming much faster because now that I've found this software, and it seems to work quite well. And so I'll be going over a bunch of things this week, so look for those. Thanks.